Yeah.
9. Hey, welcome to the JaySquared Podcast. I'm Jesoma,
I'm J-Rock.
and this is the JaySquared Podcast for the fifth time. Fourth time.
Fourth
Um,
time, fifth time. It's been a
it
struggle.
doesn't matter anymore. This has been such a struggle. We really love you guys. I literally just said that like 5 minutes ago. Um, we have been working on a new setup to bring you guys better, visuals and stuff like that. This is a lot harder than it fucking looks. There's a lot of podcast stuff out there. But yeah,
And some
I
of it
think we're
sucks.
a lot of it fucking sucks. So much so that yesterday we wasted a whole podcast for nothing because the fucking streaming sucked. Hey, you know what? Let me not get into the logistics. Just know that we care about you guys a lot and we've been doing a lot to make sure that, 2025 is a big year for us, at least in the podcast game.
Yep.
So, I'm going to just get into my hot take. Well, actually, how was your week?
I don't even want to talk about my week, but it's been
Okay.
great. I don't know. I feel like we should just jump straight into it, but that's just my take.
Well, I'll tell you right now, my week has been hell. So, I agree with you. Let me go with my hot take. My hot take is that millennials shouldn't be having babies. I think it's ignorant. It is it's
Ignorant is
something
crazy.
it's ignorant because at this point you see all the shit that's going on and what makes you believe that what I should do right now? I should bring a baby into this world. This fucked up society that we're living in right now, this economic turmoil, you know damn well that you can't afford anything. Nigga, you were just complaining about rent like a couple days ago, and now you're like, but I want an army of little me's. Get the fuck out of here. You can't afford it. You like, and I was telling you yesterday, I said in a podcast yesterday, like, it's true. We millennials who are thinking about the kids are would shape up to be the better parents. But us thinking about the kids kind of leads us to believe like, yeah, I don't think it's a good time right now. And people who are super selfish, like you're selfish. Like I don't know. I don't know a way around it. You're just selfish if you're just kind of gonna go ahead and, put yourself like above the child because that's what it ultimately comes down to. I wanted my legacy. Bro, you work at McDonald's, put the fries in the bag, bro. Relax. There is no legacy.
Jesus.
How do you
Oh
feel?
my god. How do I follow that up? Um, Jeez. For me, like, I agree with certain aspects of what you're talking about, but mostly I'm looking at it from a health side. Um, just as a woman in general, and like the lack of support and help that currently doctors and nurses are able to provide, just because of laws that are being passed by men who don't have any idea how the women body works. So in that aspect of it, I would be very terrified to have a child right now. So
Yeah, and that kind of leads into it too. That's a big part of it.
mhm,
It's like, are you going
yeah,
to be able to get the kid like the health care that they probably would need? Are you going to be able to adequately care about the kid? Are you going to be able to provide, childcare? Like, what about all the things that are school shootings, bro? Like, are we thinking this through, or are we just saying, I want, like, I feel like kids are treated like toys a little bit. Like, this isn't a pet. It's a life. Like, it's a human life. Like, this is a little bit more than that. And I don't think that people put a lot of thought into it. I think they just think since their parents did it, they got to do it. And nah, not very smart. Not a very smart thing to do in this economy.
yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
So
I
moving on
agree.
to sports and entertainment. Sorry, I'm just on right now. Sorry, I'm just so over it. I'm so over it. All right, no, we're here. We're here for the people. So talk about Shrek 5.
Um, Yeah, the animation for Shrek 5 looks awful. It's very disappointing. Um, but did you know that the last Shrek came out 15 years ago?
The last Shrek came out 15 years ago?
Yeah, I think so, or that's what people were saying.
Nah, that's
Let me
impossible. I
see.
could have sworn I just saw Shrek 4 or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
Shrek 4 came out in 2010.
You're
So it's
fucking
been 15
lying.
years. No,
Holy
I'm not.
shit.
Google it.
Oh
Yeah. So
man, I'm old.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So people were saying that, oh well, because of that gap, like the animation has gotten better and all that, and I understand that. I do. But they DreamWorks fucked this up, and I need them to reverse the action that they took and make it better.
Okay.
Because it it's not Shrek. It's not Donkey. It doesn't look like them.
It doesn't feel like it either,
Yeah.
right? It kind of feels like it feels for like it feels like it's I mean,
It's too
but it's not for
HD.
us.
Make it
It's not
blurry.
it's not it feels like you know how when Michael Bay, like I think it was Michael Bay, like made the Ninja Turtles, like remade the Ninja Turtles like all buff and realistic and like how it was really weird looking. I think it was Michael
Hmm.
Bay. All right. I think it's kind of like that where it's like this doesn't feel like it's for us. This feels like it's for somebody else.
Yeah, but as we said yesterday, or as I said yesterday, this is a millennial movie. It's not meant for any of these kids. It's meant for us. So y'all better fix it. And any kid that's gonna go watch that movie is crazy because you remember us watching the first Shrek and they had so many like dirty jokes. So
I don't think that they're
I want
going
all of
to
it.
I honestly feel like they're going to pull their punches. They're not going to go for it like they used to. Those jokes will not fly and you're going to be
We'll
disappointed
see. We'll
cuz I
see.
didn't see Shrek. Bro, you're not going to beat DreamWorks, bro. They're going to be like, "And
We'll see.
what? Don't show up."
Yeah,
I
and we
did
won't
see
show up and it'll tank. I'll
the kids
boycott
are
it.
still gonna. I did see a meme
Fuck
though
them
that did
kids.
say I saw a meme that said that compared the Sonics, and they're like, "We did it before, we could do it again." Okay, I.
Exactly. Thank you. Millennials unite for this. Come on now.
It's just hilarious because it's like this is a hill we'll die on. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We're
At
not
this
getting
point.
anything else.
Yeah.
All right. So, talk to me about Unrivaled.
All right. I'll just do a quick breakdown. I don't want to go as long as I did yesterday. But Unrivaled is a 3v3 women's basketball league with 6 teams that all include WNBA players. And so far, it's blown up. It's gotten a lot of TV sponsors with TNT. Um, and they've been able to expand. So if you can't watch it on TNT, you could go on HBO Max and watch the games or watch the recaps and all that. But
Oh
basically,
shit.
it's provided a new home for WNBA players to play during the off season instead of going overseas, especially after the BG situation that happened. But it offers more money for the players, a lot more sponsors overall for the league, opportunities to promote yourself as a WNBA player, and it's what the WNBA should be doing when it comes to providing not participant, but player fan experiences, and protecting the players, whether that's giving them more money because they're competing in a tournament. Also, with the 1v1 tournament that they had, uh, the winner was able to get money, but also every person on that player's team received money as well. Second place also got less money, but was able to split it with the rest of their teammates. So I think that's a big deal. Also, they're playing in Miami. They have a stadium. They have their own weight room. They have a bunch of athletic trainers, basketball coaches that actually know what they're doing. They have housing. Sephora is one of the sponsors. Like, I could go on and on. The
Ooh.
broadcasting team. the social media work that they've been doing. It's basically just putting the WNBA in check and letting them know that this is how it's supposed to be. So
Yeah,
it's a
I'm not
great
gonna.
it's a great league.
Uh-huh. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly feel like that's kind of one of the things that had to happen. And I feel
Yeah.
like they're shitting the NBA. Everybody should take notes, not even just basketball. Like all
Hmm.
sports need to start taking notes from what the WNBA is doing, but more so what Unrivaled is doing. Because
Yeah.
at some point we at some point I feel like they saw sports as so much of a luxury that they're gonna make money anyway, so they stopped caring about how they
Yeah.
promoted it. And you could really tell with like the All-Star game being as shitty as it was, and like just having things just be shitty. And we
Yeah.
kind of think that that's the norm. Like, like I said before, like I, the game would be so much more exciting if everybody was trying more, trying harder.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that Unrivaled did that. Unrivaled's like, you know what? We're gonna pay you guys a lot more, but we need y'all to show up. And
Yeah.
it's that hunger that I guess motivates a little bit more, and also wanting to prove that you're better, dude. Like I think that they're
And it's
talking
a
about,
player-run league. Like
yeah, they know what they
Nafisa
want to see.
Collier, Brianna Stewart created it for them. So
I th-
it's good insight.
and I think that that's one of the things too. It's like, bro, we would like to see who would win between Kyrie and Steph Curry 1-on-1. I would love to watch that game, but guess what? They're not gonna play.
It's
Like
never gonna happen.
I would love to see that. I would love to see who's gonna take it. Is it gonna be somebody with a monster handle, or somebody with the monster 3-point shot? We're not gonna be able to see it because they don't really give incentives like that. They're not giving them anything that they don't already have. Like I
Hmm.
remember, it was, I think it's Max Christie. Uh, People had such high hopes for him because he was such a threat 1-on-1. It was like they were saying, "Yo, he's a monster." But we're never gonna get to see like somebody who's so overlooked. We're never gonna get to see them shine like that because they're not put in a position to. But Unrivaled is doing that for so many people who are super talented but just don't get to showcase their talents. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. So
All right.
now
All
moving
you.
on, dude. All right, last night I watched the boxing match. Tank Davis versus Lamar Roach. I believe it's Lamar Roach. Yeah. Um, just to give a little bit
Okay.
of insight, I do. Just to give a little bit of insight. So these two, they fought each other before when they were amateurs, but now they're pretty much they're pros and they're going at it. Javante Tank Davis is the biggest name in boxing right now. Like literally, he was 30-0. He was one of those people who were super patient, such a smart boxer, but his punching power was incredible. His knockout ratio is through the roof. Like you knew that the fight was not going to go to a decision, and he wasn't going to be the person that gets put out. That's the type of a fighter that he was. Now comes in Roach. Now every outlet was like, "What the hell? See, Tank is going for an easy fight just to get some money, blah 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 blah, all this stuff like that."
Hmm.
And he was on the Breakfast Club, and I think it was Charlemagne that asked Roach like, "Oh, what are you gonna do differently?" But because he said he wants to knock you out in round 6 or 8. So do you think that's how it's gonna go? And then Roach looked at him and said, "He's out his fucking mind," and he showed it last night. That man put on a fucking clinic on Tank Davis, and in my opinion, uh, and this is what I hate about boxing: it's politics. There's so many things that happen that were looked at and they're like, because he's the face of boxing. And since he's the face of boxing, they gave him a free pass. So he landed more. He landed more punches,
Okay.
uh, threw more punches. Lamar Roach. I feel like I keep saying his name. Anyway, He landed more, threw more, and they ended up in a draw. How the fuck? Nobody knows. And there's also the Greasegate
It
scandal.
ended as
This
a
is what I.
draw.
It ended as a draw. He landed more. He threw more punches. There was even a controversial knockdown, but the referee didn't call it a knockdown. Now,
Oh, it's
this is
rigged.
why it's Greasegate to me. So
Greasegate.
Tank Davis got his hair braided freshly the night before, and then he's fighting. He didn't get punched. He got touched or whatever on his forehead, and then he took a knee. When you take a knee, the 1, 2,
You're
that
supposed to
means
count.
that you're supposed to count that. But he took a knee and got right back up. Now, as a boxer, you're not allowed to punch somebody when they're on their knee. So he could technically just take a knee and just be like chilling. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it's because grease got in his eye from him doing his hair. Now, as somebody that's had dreads, when you
Grease.
yeah, so as somebody who's had dreads, it does happen when you're working out, when you're sweating. If you just got your hair done, the grease will get in your eyes. But guess what? Cut your fucking hair, dude. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, that's not
Jesus
that's
Christ.
not an excuse, bro. Like,
That was
you
a
can't sit there.
crazy left turn.
Yeah, no, that's what I would think because it's like
Okay.
if it's compromising my fucking sport and my craft, I have to cut my hair. If that's an excuse, oh, grease got in my eye, I can't fight. Bro, you can't take a knee. Now you just robbed this man of the fight. So it was super controversial, super aggravating to watch. But I mean, I think that this is gonna open a door to a lot of other people. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what happened my Saturday night. Now let's get into our series recap. What did you think about Captain America: A Brave New World? I know we talked about it, but I think that
Mm-hmm.
we can still talk about it again.
I mean, we're talking about everything again, so it is what it is.
Okay.
Um, so I actually enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good. Um, Overall, for me, like I said yesterday, it reminded me more of a sequel to the Hulk instead of a sequel to Captain America.
Yeah.
Um, I really enjoyed most of the fight scenes. It was cheesy, but it was still funny. Um, it had similarities to the ending of uh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier when it
Hmm.
comes to aspect of race, but as you said, they didn't really push upon that as much as you'd like to. Um, but overall, I thought it was a solid movie. I didn't really understand the critics or the critiques, but mostly it's because y'all are racist. So let's just be real about it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a pretty solid Marvel movie compared to some of the latest drops, but nothing above and beyond either.
Yeah. Like that's where I was kind of frustrated. I really did enjoy the action. I thought that they were really creative because he can't use like strength and stuff like that the same way that Captain America did. So I'm glad they didn't like
Yep.
frame his fight choreography the same exact way. But what they did
Hmm.
do is make him smart. He fought a lot smarter. He fought
Yep.
like when he was fighting the what you call it, the guy from the first fight sequence. I think the first fight sequence, by the way, it was great to me, but it was the weakest, which is
It was
good.
too slow mo.
Yeah, but when he was fighting him when he got shot at in the car, remember that one when the guy
Yeah,
was
the
shooting at
middle.
him? Yeah, that fight, him using like techniques and other things to kind of like get him the edge. That's what I wanted. He's a dirty fighter. He's not gonna play by the rules. He's not our Boy Scout. He's the person that's gonna do what it takes to win. And that's what I liked
Yep.
about him.
Yep.
I didn't understand the
Even the
critics either.
introduction to
Yeah.
sorry, even the introduction to the new Falcon, like him telling him how to do the spin,
Yeah,
all of that, him teaching him how to be like the new Falcon. I thought that
yeah,
they both have similar personalities, so that energy you could see them being a good duo as well.
yeah. And I like that. Like Anthony Mackie's a good buddy cop type of person to play off of.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. And he finally got his opportunity to be, the center of attention while being in that like position, and it was pretty cool.
Mhm.
I did also like what well the thing that I didn't like was, like I said before, like I said yesterday, pretty much. I hated that we got revealed the Red Hulk outside of theaters, because the whole
In the
point
trailers.
of the movies, yeah, in the trailers and all this stuff, the merchandise and all this, like, I understood from a marketing standpoint they had to, but in my opinion, it sucked the air out of it for the transformation for me, because I was like, I already saw this like 800 times, and this is another reason why I really, 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 really hate second, third, fourth, fifth trailers, bro. Like, dude, if we're gonna have a trailer, keep it short and sweet. Tease me, I get it. I like that. That's fine. Hey,
He likes
yo.
to be teased, y'all.
Oh, but I like that. That's cool. But at the end of it, don't show me the whole movie. Don't show me the big things that happen. People need to really take from No Way Home. Like, all right, we got a little bit of the gist of the story. We don't really have much, but when we get to the movies, there are surprises for us to get to. And I also hate that, like, on Complex and all these people, like, they put out these stories about, oh, did you know this person's gonna be in the new movie? No, I didn't, dude. But now I
Yeah,
fucking
too
do.
many
I
spoilers.
hate that. I really, really
Mhm.
hate that. And it's before the movie came out. It's not like I had an opportunity to even watch it. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah, so this is what happened. And, yo, shut the fuck up. Let me watch the
yeah.
goddamn movie myself.
I feel like everyone should wait at least a week, and then you could start putting
Yeah.
spoilers out. Because if you
And
put
it's
spoilers like day of, no one's gonna have time to go watch the movie. And now we're all like, oh, well,
Yeah, we
you already
already
told me
knew
the
that was
plot.
gonna happen. Yeah, I already know that's
Yep.
gonna happen. Like, bro, there's so many things that we just didn't really have to know. Like, for example, like Creed, for like the Creed with Michael B. Jordan, and his name slips my mind. What's his name?
Rocky?
No. Michael B. Jordan and this guy, the guy that was in a lot of hot shit.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Damn, dog, that's fucked up. We suck. um, yeah, we like, for us to find out on social media that in the movie he's actually a long lost friend. It's like, bro, I didn't need to know all this stuff. I wanted to watch the movie. So yeah, that's just my little rant about that. It's annoying.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. So Severance. I'm actually gonna start about Severance.
Okay.
Um, we watched another episode, and it's getting a little bit better. It's getting a little bit better.
That's cool.
I mean, it again. I just
It
think it's
might not be a show
super.
for you.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. All right. Well, it is that, but
No, it is. It is. It's not a show for you.
I'm still entertaining it, and it's starting to, it's starting to move along a little bit. I'm starting to laugh a little bit, because I was just like this. Now I'm like, hmm. So that's progress. That's progress. I like where
That's
we're
awful.
going right now.
Yeah, no.
It's just too slow for me, man. It like I waited a season and a half, and I don't know. I still don't know a lot about what's going on.
That's crazy. Um, again, we've been talking about this for a couple weeks now because I'm a huge Severance fan. I got hooked from the first season. Um, but it's basically a show that you have to watch with a community. Like, if you're not
Yeah,
looking on Reddit, if you're not on YouTube, if you don't have other friends who watch it and kind of break it down, it's hard to catch the little things that are happening because you do have to pay attention to detail. And
so
there's a
you're
lot of
just gonna
things that
say I don't
I've
have
caught.
friends. You're just gonna say I don't have friends right here on national TV.
Like,
Yeah, you actually have to have friends to watch the fucking show, you fucking loser. No, thanks. I appreciate it. All right, I get it. Go ahead, keep going.
so Paradise. Um, what do you think of that show?
Paradise is amazing. If you like action and you like twist and you like everything good about a show, then you'll watch Paradise. I mean, what they do is that they mix
That
the
was a
drama
funny
in.
intro.
They mix the drama in so well. Like I usually with action shows, you don't really you don't really get that much that strong intense those strong intense dramatic scenes. You're kind of just waiting for the
Mhm.
next flashy thing to happen, but that's not the
Yeah.
case with this show, and that's what I really like. I like that it's like, man, I just want things to be easy for this man, dog. Like this sucks. And then one of the things I really appreciate about the show is that they have great dialogue, and I love shows that make you think like, is it too easy from this person's damn, dog, like what did I do? What did I do? All right, could I finish my sentence
I like
before you
shows
just call me
that make
stupid?
me think, and then I'm like, and then you're like, but Severance is. I need friends.
Listen, not think for like 3 seasons, bro. Jesus Christ. All right, so
My guy doesn't pick
the
up.
the thing that that Paradise does very well is that they put you in the position of the character. Like they make you think about it from their perspective, and it's still a hard decision. You know, sometimes you'll think about it from this motherfucker's stupid. They should have just done this and that. But in Paradise, they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have done that though. Like I get where he's coming from. Okay, I see that you ruined the whole population, but I see why you did it. Like that's kind of the way that the show's framed, and it's
Yeah,
interesting.
I will say that really enjoyed the show a lot. Me and my mom started watching it, which is pretty cool. But
How'd y'all deal with
it
the
doesn't.
naked scene?
I fast forwarded.
So you fast forward with like those scenes with your parents?
Yeah.
Okay. How like what about if you don't know when they're coming, like out of nowhere?
Oh, I could
Like
sense it when the mood is changing
got you.
on the
Okay.
show
Cause
or the movie. Where I'm like, oh, if I feel like I'm getting uncomfortable, then it's probably one of those where I
I'm
have to be
glad you
like,
have that intuition. Cause I never used to watch movies with my parents, and
mhm.
now it's like, oh, like I never had to worry about that before. Like I never used to watch
Yeah,
movies with family, but now I'm like, oh, this is how it feels like when that scene is happening and
it's
you feel like you
gross.
have to. Yeah, I was like, oh crap, and to have to be mindful about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
get it now.
obviously I can't control it if we go to the movie theater. Like if it happens in the movie
Yeah,
theater, it's
yeah.
one of those
So
where
okay,
I do one of these. You just like
so
hide.
so do you guys talk? Like, do you guys say anything to each other when those things happen, or do you do you like hit the don't ask me why I have a calculator. Do you hit the whoa, whoa?
No, I grab the remote and I'm just like, okay, fast forward.
All right.
Because it's
Okay,
like
cool.
we know what's gonna happen, but we don't have to watch that together. So like I'll fast forward it and then just press play when you know the scene ends.
It's just a
But
thing that
yeah,
yeah. I I,
which is
I think
why
about is go ahead.
I'm not watching the White Lotus with anyone.
Okay. So a little interview moment for you, J-Rock. I remember prior you said that you like to see titties when you're watching shows. Like you're okay with seeing titties, right?
I'm okay with
And
seeing
I said,
anything.
I don't like to see titties when I'm around my friends.
Yep.
Like that's an uncomfortable situation for me. So would you like to double
Around
back
your
on that?
friends
Say
is crazy.
I don't. I don't like to see that. I don't like to like. I don't want to watch that stuff. But you're saying that you feel uncomfortable when it's around family.
Yeah.
So do you not see your friends as your family, bro? Like,
Absolutely
what
not.
am I, bro? Like, what am I, bro?
Nah. Nah. It's not weird. I feel like it's not weird when you're the same age and have gone through similar experiences. I think it's weird when it's like
Okay.
a parent and you're just like, "Ugh."
And there, yeah, it's such a strange feeling. I think that it's
Yeah.
also with my nephews. Like, if I'm watching something,
Yeah, with kids too.
I'm like, that's when I'm like, absolutely not.
Turn the
Yo, we're
TV
gonna
off.
see. Turn the
Turn the
TV off.
TV
Turn the
off.
TV off. Because I literally, I'm like, babe, what does the parental guidance say? What is
Mm,
this? What is that? What is this? What is I'm a fucking stickler because I'm not going through it, bro. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
going
No,
for
I
it.
agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's yeah, it's awkward and weird.
Speaking of
Um,
White Lotus, what do you
mhm.
think about it? Bam, segue.
um, I mean, I tried to segue earlier, but then you went into interview questions. Um,
Okay.
but mostly from the new season. A new episode drops tonight, so I'll watch it. But based off of the new season, I don't really like any of the characters. Maybe like one or two, but I am interested to see how it plays out. Especially
Okay.
with, well, this season there is a shooting at the hotel.
All right.
Um, so it seems like a lot of people might end up dead.
Dead.
Because again, if you don't know, the White Lotus is a murder mystery. First 15 minutes of the first episode kind of shows you the last day of the events, and then we jump into the past, whether it's a week, whatever, and then each episode it just builds up until we find out what happens. But it's pretty entertaining. It is a drama show, so if you're into anything that's drama, murder, mystery, thriller type of stuff, it's a good show. It is on HBO Max, so you will see naked people.
How naked are we talking?
You'll see butt cheeks. You'll see peepees. You'll see titties. You'll see all
Okay.
of it.
Okay.
Your typical
Uh,
HBO Max show.
that is weird. How HBO Max is just notorious for just like showing nudity. Like, why?
I don't know.
Do they have a hit show? Does HBO Max have a hit show that doesn't have to show anything?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, but they
Yeah,
have a bunch of hit shows. HBO Max is they know what they're doing.
but like I feel like Apple, they have hit shows that don't have to show any nudity. Like it's
No, there is one Apple TV show that I had to stop watching where full nudity and
yes.
intercourse occurred, butt naked.
No, it's I understand that there are some shows that
I
have it,
thought I was
but
watching stuff that I wasn't supposed to be watching.
what side am I on? What side am I
Yeah,
on?
I was like, hold on, what app is this?
This is an
No,
apple, not a
it was bad.
hamster. You guys will get that later. No, but this is the thing.
Jesus.
I the way that I think about it is like it takes a lot more because I think that nudity is kind of phasing out in a sense. Like a lot
It's
more
not
actors are
necessary.
yeah, a lot more actors are like this isn't necessary and I'm not going to do it. Like Zendaya for example.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
yeah,
it. So, I don't know.
yeah. I
Like
think that's the problem now, where it's like,
mhm.
well, not the problem, but the realization where a lot of us we don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's not necessary as a plot to move
yeah, nudity
the story,
doesn't push a story forward at all.
and it's
There's absolutely no reason.
it's so unnecessary. Okay, like an example in Oppenheimer, the whole scene of Florence
Mm.
Pugh and Killian, whatever his last name is,
Cillian Murphy or some shit like that.
Murphy, whatever. that both the nude scenes that they were in and the flashbacks that he had as Oppenheimer of her, that was not necessary in the movie. It added absolutely nothing except for people wilding out because Florence Pugh was naked.
Yeah, I it's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, so this is like the tale of an actor or actress. Like you have to have actress. Let me not say actor because
Yeah, actress, because it's mostly women.
it's almost it's almost like a it's almost like a shirtless Marvel scene from a superhero. Like you're gonna get to the point. You got to get ripped because you're gonna have a shirtless scene. I feel like that's the trail. That's the story of an actress, and it sucks. It's like why? What does this do to kind of push the story forward? Because at least
Yeah,
for a Marvel hero, I could be like, oh, he's strong. Like I could see him shirtless and be like, oh, he's a super strong guy. That would make a little bit of sense. But there's almost no reason to ever show nudity in these scenes.
yeah. It's just too much. It's like over sexualizing people to a
Yeah,
standard that now, like, regular people think that that's normal, and it really isn't. And it's
yeah,
not how, like, life works, but whatever.
weird.
Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Invincible season 3. I will say that season 3 has been a lot better, and I feel like it got back on track from season 1. Season 2 was abysmal. They were just, I don't know what the
They
fuck they were
massacred my
thinking.
boy.
Uh-huh. But my continue issue with Invincible is still that no matter how strong Mark gets, he still gets his ass beat each episode. And that's annoying. Because when is
It's
he going to become invincible?
and I don't think I what I hated the most is that they rode off of that horse. They rode that horse too long, bro. It's like okay, the first season it was cool that he's strong, but then there's stronger people out there, so he gets his ass whooped. But now it's like, bro, it's the third season. You gotta start
Each,
leveling up, man.
yeah, and each episode, because the first episode of season 3, like, shows everything that he's been doing. But nothing happens. Like, no matter how strong this guy gets and how much muscle he gains and speed and all this and how hard he's working to defeat the Viltron, whatever, the
Viltrumites, yeah.
Viltrumites, this man is still getting beat by people he shouldn't be getting beat by. Like, he should be easily destroying everyone. But I also think that they're playing a lot with the God aspect of killing and letting people live,
Mm-hmm.
especially after the ending of season 2,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was pretty intense. But again, I don't know. It's
Uh,
playing a lot with that question, and it's good. I just hope that we finally get to see Mark go OP. Will it happen ever? Probably not.
mm, yeah, I don't see it. I'm gonna give it a shot, man. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it an old college
Oh,
shot.
definitely.
But
Season 3 is really good, but
yeah, I'll try it out after I finish Severance. Then I'm probably gonna lean into that and see what's
yeah, I have to
going
catch
on.
up to shows. I watched another show, which we'll talk next time about, but
Okay,
um, yeah, I'll leave that one
so
for later.
okay, and now to our special topic, the wrap up of Black History Month. It has been a fairly historic Black History Month for entertainment.
Okay.
Um,
I was like,
sports and entertainment, and also for revolutionaries. I want to actually start this one out by just before I get to the sports, because I feel like yesterday I might have done it backwards, but I want to thank all the people who are fighting for equal rights, DEI hires. I know that all the black people are putting themselves on the front line, saying that we are qualified. You have to be qualified in order to be even considered for a position at whatever place that accepts people with the DEI, with DEI and not incentives, but people who accept DEI hires, they have to be qualified, and that's just the gist of it. I think that a lot of people are just uneducated and they refuse to be educated. And to you guys, it's a solid fuck you and a half. Because at some point you have to realize that you're being a fucking idiot and you just don't want to learn. You don't want to understand that people are going through plights and struggles. But what I've learned this Black History Month is that our black dollars matter and our black lives matter. And we're going to make you learn that we matter. So shout out to everybody who's been making a statement, even sharing posts, even doing all those things, making fun of stupid people. Keep on going, because that's what's really driving this and um making it obvious that we are here for a reason. Um Now onto the sports and entertainment. Well, the sports and entertainment. Onto the sports and entertainment, literally, of Black History Month. Let's start off with the Grammys. So, starting off, shout out to Dochi. She has
We
been
started off. Okay.
I okay, so I'm trying to rank it as, but there's so many powerful people that are in this list of what's been awesome.
All right.
Starting up, go
Continue.
ahead. Oh wait, do you need something? Do you want to say
Continue.
something? Okay, well, start off with the Grammys. Dochi killed it. Showcased why she deserves to be in the top ranks, in top dog, of course, but deserves to be in the top ranks with her hits and the way she performed. Absolutely magnificent. Then we go on to see, um
Hold up. She also won Best Rap Album.
oh
Yeah.
damn, that's
If you're gonna
true.
talk about Dochi, you better get your shit right.
You're right. Go ahead, go off. My bad. I
Yeah.
might not know enough.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So she was nominated for Best Rap Album versus J. Cole and a bunch of other artists who I honestly can't remember. Um, but if you haven't heard her album, definitely listen to it. She has a bunch of bangers on it, which she performed at the Grammys and
Alligator
destroyed it.
bites never heal.
Yeah. Um, Definitely recommended also watching her music videos. She's been putting in the work for years and is finally getting the attention that she deserves. She's also from Tampa, so shout out to
Hmm.
Florida.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't listened to her, she's also featured on a song with Tyler the Creator called Balloons on his latest
Hmm.
album, Chromacopia. Highly recommend. All right,
Wow.
continue now.
Great job on pronouncing that word. I've been trying to figure it out for months.
I'm a Tyler the Creator fan. Come on, my guy.
Makes sense. So moving on to somebody who I actually grew to admire. This is stepping outside of the Grammys just for a second. Somebody I actually grew to admire, Kiki Palmer. She's
Hmm.
been blowing up.
Goat.
Not even just making movies, just being an overall entertainer. She really showcased herself this month, and also uh, SZA killing it out here. They
Also
were both in a
won a
movie
Grammy
together.
for Saturn.
Yeah, exactly.
Her song
Um,
Saturn.
they were in a movie together. I forgot
Hmm.
the name is One of Them
One
Days.
of them days.
One of Them Days. It was hilarious. I recommend everybody go see it. And speaking of One of Them Days, you got to give a shout out this month
Issa Rae.
to Issa Rae for what she's done in the business. Definitely solidifying herself. I want to give a big shout out to Kendrick for the sweep that he performed at the Grammys.
My goat.
Insane. This guy has shown that he is extremely versatile. Uh, he put on a clinic on Drake. Drake has told him, "Hey, you can't make a hit." He made a
Which is
hit, and
crazy.
yeah,
To tell someone who has a Pulitzer
you
Prize that he doesn't have a hit.
and he
How
made a
ignorant do
hit.
you have to be?
He made a hit that not only became the top song, and is still a top song. He made a hit that swept the Grammys, calling you a
Literally.
PDF file. This is crazy work. Not shout out, no shout outs to Drake because he just showcased that he's a Karen. I mean, it was crazy to put out, to try to sue was insane.
Try to
Like
sue
that
or
was
is
great.
suing.
Um,
All I
they're
will
gonna
say
decline the
is
lawsuit.
all I will say is Kendrick has always been the GOAT, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
and to sweep with a song that is a diss track is not even a song that has like the lyrical content that he usually has for his
Yeah.
music. To sweep,
It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see.
to,
Beautiful to
it's
see.
love. It's lovely to see how much hate is winning right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Now to move on to some
In that
positivity.
aspect. Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa! You forgot the biggest win in the
I'm
Grammys.
not getting there yet. I'm not. Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay, okay. I was about to say.
Now to move on to some positivity. Shout out to Beyonce for
What do
winning
you mean some positivity?
album
It
of.
was positive.
That's what I said. Now moving on to some positivity. Shout out. I don't. It's not positive to be a hater, but
Yes,
you
it
know
is.
what? I'm not getting into this with you again. We should make it a poll. Like, is it positive to be a hater? Anyway, shout out
If
to
you are Kendrick,
Beyonce for winning album of the year. For the first time. It's well deserved. She's deserved it in
a long time coming.
plenty. Yeah, plenty years she's deserved it and she's finally got it. Um it's truly inspirational, just showcasing that Beyonce's timeless and effortless, and also on top of that
The Queen,
she has unlimited range, and that was showcased at the Grammys. Now moving
for
on
sure.
to some more hater activities. Um, did anybody watch the Super Bowl? I watched the Super Bowl. Had a beautiful time. Um, I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like Kendrick Lamar's halftime show really painted a picture of what we
revolutionary.
should be exactly and what we should be doing um, every February or every day, because Black History is American history, but just remembering that it was built off the backs of Black people, and he really
I
did an
will
amazing
say,
job. Uh huh.
if y'all want us to break down that performance and all the clues and little um, Easter eggs that he dropped throughout the performance, let us know because
Yeah.
every single day I'm finding more and more stuff that just went over people's heads that truly shows why he deserves everything that he's won.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, greatest of all time, honestly.
And another thing is that again, he showed that he's not scared. The choreography that they put together for that show, he's done what Black people have always did, make a lot out of a little. That 15 minutes told so much, said so much, had so much soul. It
It's
has
available
so
on
much,
Spotify.
and a lot of people say that Black people aren't a monolith, and he showcased it through that performance, and it was beautiful. Um, and I would also love to extend some hate to the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I love that they lost. That was gorgeous. It
The
was
greatest
gorgeous.
day in America's life
It was almost as
in
beautiful as
sports.
Jalen Hurts' smile. Almost as beautiful as his smile.
Almost.
Because
That
because
man.
the way that they dismantled this team was amazing. And
Dude,
I
the
just
game
love
was over by halftime.
by halftime it was a wash.
By halftime.
And then to know that right
That pick
before,
six,
yo,
the pick
yo,
six,
you could already tell how uncomfortable Patrick Mahomes was feeling with his own
him
O
getting
line.
sacked
It was
multiple times and
over.
then getting punched in his face. What a
Beautiful.
day.
And it all was because they bent the knee to Trump, bro. I feel like that hit a nerve with a lot of people on the opposing team, and they're like, you know what?
It's the
fuck
bad
fuck the
juju. It's the
NFL
Drake
script.
curse. It's the
Fuck the
Drake
NFL
curse.
script that we were supposed to go by. They
Yep.
it was incredible.
Yeah.
So
Shout
I
out to
know
the
that there
Eagles.
was
You saved America.
thank you.
Yeah.
And I know that there was so much more that's happened throughout this month, but we can't get to all of it. But there were a lot of highlights. So even though we're in a super negative time, in terms of everything else, there are the
outside of
highlights.
entertainment and sports.
Yeah, there are highlights, and we should look forward to embracing those too, and not just overlooking them because we have such negativity surrounding us. So yeah,
Yeah, I would just say find your peace
find your
with all of
peace.
that instead of dealing
Stressing.
so much with what's going on with the rest of the world. Jesoma. All right, let's end this
So
off.
thank you guys so much. Happy Black History Month. Well, happy past Black History Month. But again, keep in mind, American history is Black history. Don't subjugate it or don't compartmentalize it into just 1 month. Utilize it all year. Um, and shout out to Women's History Month. This one's for you, Jera. You're supposed to say some
Oh,
words.
thanks. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. It may not feel like it, but it is, okay? Don't
thank you.
worry. We got this. And we want to say free Ukraine and free Palestine. Horrible shit's happening. But luckily, the president is making a fucking fool of himself every day. So hopefully, we can get
Yeah,
these wars done and over with sooner than later.
and hopefully we don't go to war, but we might.
Yeah.
Y'all be
So
safe out
check
there.
out check out our Patreon.
Make sure you
um,
check out our Patreon.
and thank you all. We have a bunch of new things coming. Can't wait to show it off to all of you. And this has been
Hopefully this recording works. Because if it doesn't, I will cry.
me too. This has
Okay.
been the JaySquared Podcast.
Peace.
Peace.